So, what do we actually do inwardly when we do energy healing work? In this video, I share the simplest inner gesture I use during healing work, whether I'm working hands-on, at distance, or on myself. Most people approach energy healing by trying to do something, to apply a technique, hold a focus, or get into some aligned state or devotional state. This is different. I'll give you a little exercise which will help you have just a minimal structure. And then shift your attention to what is already happening. So you're no longer managing the healing process. You're in contact with it. Enjoy. So I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then we'll go into the formal part of the guided visualization. The healing's already happening. The guided visualization is just to enhance the resonance. And what I use is a spinning frequency exercise that I do in my imagination while I'm connecting to the field of the healing. And today I'm going to describe how a complete newbie can do this with me. All right, so this is, they say when you get better and better, things get simpler and simpler. Hopefully this is that I can present this in such a simple way that you can do it effectively and powerfully. And when we get to the more climaxy part of the healing session, you'll sense that you're a little different because of this. All right, so the simplest gesture, meaning this inner attitude that I have when I'm doing healing work, is this spinning meditation. And I use it whether I'm doing distance work, hands-on work, or this group distance healing work. And when I say spin, I just mean imagine a spinning disc of light behind your head. All right, it's that simple. It's just gently turning quickly. You don't need to do it perfectly. You just have to sort of let it happen as best you can. At first, it might feel like you're imagining it, because you are. You're using your imagination to get it going. But very quickly, it often becomes less like something that you're trying to see with your inner eye and more like something you're simply aware is happening. So you connect to something that's already there after a while. But for a beginner, you just imagine it, okay? And as you advance, it's more like you sense it spinning and participating with you without a clear picture of it. Either way, it works. All right. So I'm going to say a 2-word phrase that is going to train you how to do this. So the first part is about spinning, so I just explained that. And the second part is stay with what's here. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is just noticing whatever's actually present for you. Your sensations, your body, your emotions, or simply witnessing the feeling or the events of being here now, in the present moment. And what's different about this healing than most distance healings or most healing methods is you don't have to create a certain state. Just come as you are. You don't have to be calm or quiet or devotional or reverent to do this. You might be peaceful. You might be distracted. You might be irritated. It's all fine. And so you're not trying to get into a special state, and you're not trying to do this correctly. You're simply noticing what's happening while the spinning continues. And the spinning will affect what's going on, so you just notice it. And as I said before, this is something you can do working hands-on with somebody, or working at a distance, or participating in a group healing session. All right, so this is going to be very experiential. I'm going to say a poem. I'm going to present this idea like a poem. It's like a one-sentence poem. I'm going to say it 3 times. And every time I say it, I want you to let it land a little differently each time, so you sort of feel the echoes of it. All right, here we go. So kind of come into the present moment. All you have to do is spin and stay with what's here. All you have to do is spin and stay with what's here. All you have to do is spin and stay with what's here. All right, that's the entire practice. And you can come back to it anytime, especially when things feel complicated. It tends to simplify everything. Just spin and connect to the present moment. And so what I've just had you do is an entry point. It's not the whole ball of wax, right? But it's a powerful, powerful entry point, especially if you're overcomplicating things, especially if you need results fast. You just do that, right? And like I said, over time it becomes something you're not visualizing. It's something you have a relationship with. Your spinner is something you relate to, and there's a back and forth happening with it. And that shift from visualizing to sensing, from doing to relating, is where the work becomes more alive and responsive. But even as a beginner, even if you're just seeing me for the very first time, you can do that. And when we go through this visualization, or when you do whatever healing work you're doing, it will feel different. All right, let's try it. Okay. So if you're watching this later on YouTube or other social media, please like and subscribe. If you're watching this in the Spirit Gate Cancer Support Facebook group, go over to YouTube and like and subscribe over there. Watch it again and again. Comment on it. There's actually a buzz that can happen around this of like, oh my gosh, it just feels different when I simplify my participation into connecting to the here and now and spinning, finding the spinning.